Namaste. Well, they say that a picture is worth 1,000 words. And if a picture is worth 1,000 words, then a video is worth a million. So, keeping that in mind, I thought that since hashtag Brijesh appears on LinkedIn, it can also have another home. And it finds its new home on the Test Chat YouTube channel. So, today I'm going to talk to you about something very interesting. I'm going to talk to you about a period in your job when you are actually noticed by your teammates, by your managers, by HR, accounts, admin, everybody. Yes, it is the notice period. And what a coincidence that it is called the notice period. But that's not the reason why it is called so. Now, let's look at the details of what a notice period is and what are the challenges that we have in front of us and how we can make the best use of it. So there are two perspectives to it. One is the employer perspective and the other one is an employee perspective. Now, from an employer's point of view, the notice period is required so that, when somebody is exiting the organization, that position is filled back properly. And that knowledge gap that is going to be created because of the person exiting, that gap is filled again. It requires a lot of planning to do that. And of course, it requires a lot of action from the employee's perspective as well. From an employee perspective, well, it is quite clear that, okay, you have found a new job and you want to move on in your career. But it is also important that you pass on that knowledge that you have acquired to somebody else so that the project that you're working on, keeps on functioning smoothly as much as possible. So, keeping these two things in mind, I'm going to talk about one of the biggest challenges that we have with regards to notice periods, especially in India. Now, in India, in the IT sector, the notice periods range from between somewhere between 15 days to 90 days on an average, which is a huge factor. Now, most big companies have 90 days notice period. Now, what is the reason for that? Number one, initially, when the 90 days notice period was introduced, it was meant to be a deterrent that, oh, my notice period is so long, I have to think twice before I resign. Because for 90 days, I'm still going to stick on to this company and do. So what's the point in resigning? Okay. So that was one of the things. The other thing is it allowed more time for the company to backfill that position. Yes, they had the idea, but there have been challenges in doing that as well. Now, on the flip side of it, we also see organizations seeking employees to join within 15 days or even sooner with absolutely zero notice period. But when it comes to their own notice period, it is 15 days. It is quite a big challenge. And I think that the notice periods need to be rationalized, need to be standardized, mainly because if you are looking for immediate joining or if you are looking for somebody to join within 15 days, then you should be willing to relieve that person within 15 days or immediately. I mean, whatever clause applies for joining, the same should apply for relieving as well. That is my perspective. Now, people may agree, people may not agree for their own reasons, but that's what I think. Now, the question is, how do you manage long notice periods? In order to manage long notice periods, number one, first and foremost, be transparent. Be transparent with the company which is offering you the job and be transparent at your current company. Make sure that you inform your current company that you have found a new job and that is why you've resigned and you want to move on. But at the same time, when you go to the other company for an interview, make it very clear that your notice period is long. However, you will try and negotiate on that notice period. It is very important for them to have that information. Now, some of you will ask, but when people hear that the notice period is 90 days, they simply don't want to continue with the interview. And that is where it is important that you make them believe that you're going to try to negotiate, you're going to talk to people, and make sure that you finish the transition sooner and you are able to join. Because it is that confidence that matters. If you are good, then I am sure that it will stand out and your words will be believed. Now, during the notice periods, what normally happens is people take offers and then they take counter offers, and this goes on and offer shopping happens. Well, offer shopping, to some extent, it's fair because when employers offer employee a particular job, then they try to hire people at the lowest possible salary because they want to fit them in the budget. So at the same time, it becomes important for the employee to make sure that they have the highest possible salary. So which means that they will try to negotiate, and this is what happens. But one thing you must remember, that there is a lot of investment that is being made on the part of the employer for a particular job position. So if you've got a second offer which you like and you want to decline the first one, then do not wait till the very last day of your notice period to do so. Decline the offers that you don't want as soon as possible. I keep saying that, for a safety purpose, you can have two offers with you at any point of time, which means that, let's say if I have applied somewhere and I have got that job and I have an offer letter, then as a backup, I might have another one, because these are strange times, and it has happened in the past that, certain projects have had to stop because of certain situations, and certain positions which were offered were withheld. So it puts the candidates in a spot of bother, because if they do not have any other offer. But if you have a backup, then you know exactly what you're going to do. But after that, after you've got the second offer, once you get, say for example, the third offer, then make sure that you decline the first one immediately, because the sooner you decline, the better it is for the employer to start looking for somebody else. If you drag it till 89 days or 90 days, thinking, oh, this offer also is fine, and if you keep them in the dark and on the last day do not join, then it is absolutely unfair on your part. Now, having said this, there is another part to it. What if you have met your financial goals and you still have a period or a few more days to go in your notice period? What do you do? Well, remember that notice periods are not only helpful for you to get a better job, they are a period which will also serve as a time which you need to prepare well for your next job. So for example, if you are shifting industries, for example, if you're moving from, say, telecom industry to banking, then utilize your notice period to learn more about banking. Okay. If you are going to use a certain set of tools, you have a skill set, of course, but you can brush up on your skills during that notice period. Utilize that period to learn more, invest that time in, strengthening the basics and preparing for the next job. Well, so I think, that's pretty much the perspective that I have on this one. And, if you have any questions or concerns around this one, feel free to leave a comment, and, you can always reach out to me. Now, one more very important thing. Okay. Since Brijesh is also going to be appearing on YouTube, if you want to hear more and more about it, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon so that you are aware every time a new episode releases. If you have ideas, if you have questions about which you want me to talk, please feel free to share those questions with me, and I will include them in a subsequent episode. On that note, happy testing. Have fun. Cheers.